Welcome back to Old School New School Podcast, episode 73.
I'm Scott, and I'm old school.
I'm Chester, and I'm New School, and today we'll be going over the championship games in the NFL.
Let's get right into it.
Right?
Kansas City and the Buffalo Bills. First of all, let's talk a little bit about the games previously. I'm not saying the Chiefs lose that game, but there were two really bad calls.
Yeah.
And whatever, like, bad calls happen, but at this frequency now, it's getting a little ridiculous that they protect Mahomes so much.
Yeah.
I can honestly, the first one, the roughing the passer one, when he was in the pocket.
When he gets hit in the head. Yeah, sure.
Where he was hit, like, in the shoulder blade and then in the head. I can almost see that one. Like, anybody who's a fan, if that happens to your quarterback, you want that flag.
Yeah, obviously. Well, I mean, if you're a Chiefs fan, you're not going to complain with anything.
No. But, like, anybody, like, if that happens to Jordan Love, we want a flag on that. Because they're... But the one where he's dancing around, pretending he's about to throw, and then he dives down.
So late, and then people dive on him and they throw a flag. It's just like...
He must be the most hated person in the NFL right now.
I mean...
Because, like, it's just like... the NFL has to do something because we can all see these things with the replays. And the fact that these penalties can't be reviewed... Any 15-yard penalty should be reviewed from now on.
Yeah,
because it happens all the time. Hits on the quarterback. This ridiculous, like, where he dives down, where he's definitely a runner.
So he's a runner. Yeah, he's a runner, and then he's about to get tackled. He goes down, and then they throw a flag on.
Just ridiculous. And the refs have to have the balls to call each other out. They're always afraid of stepping on each other's toes. Nobody wants to overrule somebody. Because there's like this little, whatever, bullshit gentleman's club or whatever. It's ridiculous. There needs to be somebody in the booth that says, no, you guys are wrong. And it's just, it's making the game bad. Because this is what everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
No, people don't want to be talking about what happens, like, because the refs made these two. And then the one where he slows down right before he's going on and then flops out of bounds. They didn't get that call. But that's exactly the same thing that happened a couple of years ago when the Packers played him, and it was a legal hit in bounds, and they threw the flag because he deliberately is slowing down. They got to start throwing unsportsmanlike conduct penalties on him for these sorts of things.
Yeah, right. I mean,
because it's detriment to the game. It's just like, he's a jerk. Like, granted, they get away with it, so they're going to keep doing it until, like, something happens. But it's ridiculous. Again, every 15-yard. Like, beyond, like, hitting the quarterback, when they're throwing flags, when, like, two people get in a tussle, and it's always the second guy that, like, gets flagged. Yeah. And then they show the replay, and the commentators laugh. Oh, it's always the same. Like, we see this happening. Yeah. Like, review that. Offsetting penalties. Or they, whatever. Like, but it's silly. Yeah. Because it makes the game bad. And that's unfortunate. Yeah. Enough of that. Chiefs and Bills, your thoughts?
My thoughts are that, what's it called? Well, the Bills did win last year. It technically was last year.
In the regular season.
In the regular season, they did win. Mahomes threw an interception late in the game. And Josh Allen ran the ball for like 30 yards on 4th and 2 for a touchdown.
But they beat him
9.
They beat him. What do I always say? You got to be up 9 on that team.
I don't know. I feel like the way they kind of, I don't know if I would say they stomped the Ravens at all. But I'd love for Josh Allen to finally win one of these games where they're, offensive shootouts and, whoever has the ball last is going to win, or whoever gets the coin toss in overtime is going to win, even though they've changed that rule. I'm just like, the past, 3 years that the Bills have lost the Chiefs every single time. Mm-hmm. I want the Bills to win, but I I don't know if anything will change just because somehow the Chiefs will like just miraculously win. And they will get those, dumb calls that, it's the 3rd and 10, someone, Mahomes flops out of bounds and after his 2-yard run and then they get the first down.
All of a sudden there's a pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, after the interception, yeah.
Or there was another play that was not flagged in that Chiefs game was the hip drop tackle.
Oh yeah, I saw that. And the offsides on a field goal.
These are the things that make people hate the Chiefs.
Right.
It's just if the game's called fairly, the Bills have a chance, but there's a really good chance it's not going to be called fairly.
Yeah.
Because there's all the statistics about how they get the calls above and beyond, and don't give me this they're more that they're more disciplined or anything like that. That's bogus. That's ridiculous. Yeah. So you think what
I think that the Chiefs will win, but I don't want them to win. Right? I completely want the Bills to win.
Yeah,
but I just think it'll end every year. There'll be something dumb. They'll get a first down off it, and then that's just your 3rd down. You get a 15-yard penalty or unnecessary roughness penalty. That's free 15 yards and a first down and momentum. You're like, okay, now we have this first down. We really got to get the drive started and stuff like that. So
it's demoralizing to the other
defense.
Team.
It's you played 3 downs of great defense, and then a flag comes in. It's sure, when it's obvious or it's makes sense. There's a penalty that makes sense. Obviously, they're gonna call it, but it's those little ticky-tacky things where Mahomes barely gets touched or he flops out of bounds and they throw it. So I feel like if the Bills, you also have the advantage of you're in Arrowhead. You're at your home stadium. The refs are going to be a tiny bit biased. That's just how it happens. Yeah. It's the Chiefs will get a very tacky call on something that's stupid, and the Bills won't.
Yep.
So I think I want the Bills to win, but I think the Chiefs will win.
Yeah, I don't just want the Bills to win. I would love the Bills to beat them 45.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Just to end this charade that is the Kansas City Chiefs, because I'm sorry, they weren't the best team in the league last year. They won the Super Bowl. If they win again this year, again, not the best team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. There's almost a mediocrity to the NFL right now.
Yeah, I don't know. The NFC's pretty good, but still,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I've learned my lesson. You don't bet against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, in the postseason,
especially at home.
Yeah.
It's strength against strength. Kansas City's defense against Buffalo's offense, strengths, and then Kansas City's offense isn't very good, but Buffalo's defense isn't very good. So you kind of if it turns into a shootout, the Bills have a chance.
Yeah.
If it's a rock fight and it's 17-13, I don't think they can win a game like that. Anyway, so that's that. Let's move on.
Yeah.
To the real best division in the NFC.
Yeah, exactly.
The East, apparently, because the NFC North really did not show up for the playoffs. Washington looked great against the Lions.
Yeah, and I think sorry to interrupt you, but I think they knew exactly how the Lions' offense worked. They knew that, like I said, that Jared Goff's not going to bring you back into a game. Mm-hmm. They went down, he threw interceptions. So I'm going to say, you can't rely on him, completing these short passes to win you a game when you're down. Pick six, how many picks did he have? 3, 4, 3, and then they had 4 turnovers in general. When you're down, you can't rely on this 1-2 punch of running backs. You have to throw the football. And when, your offense isn't, doing great, that defense is super injured, and they just continuously put up points. And yeah.
Yeah. Against what all the Lions fans have been saying to us, the injuries did catch up with them finally. They had no answer defensively for what Washington was doing, and it was cool to watch.
Like, it was kind of fun.
It was as an impartial observer, it was a fun game to watch.
Indeed.
Second half was that first half was crazy, and the Eagles won. And Saquon Barkley is
still, dude.
He's Saquon's good.
Yeah.
And AJ Brown's good.
And Devontae Smith is good.
And their defense is good.
Yeah.
But this is one of those tricky things. It's a divisional matchup. As an Eagles fan, I hate this matchup. I want to play anybody else than somebody in your division. But that's what it came down to. And, the Commanders are just, playing with house money right now. They're just we're having a ton of fun.
Yeah, and we're winning.
It doesn't matter. We weren't supposed to be here.
Right.
All the pressure's on the Eagles. I don't know. What do you think?
I think... Well, it's being played in Philadelphia, right? Mm-hmm. So you have that home field advantage, which can be strong when you have a rival coming to your home.
Yep.
But again, it's one depends what the weather's going to look like. Is it going to be snowy again? Because I think in the snow, the Eagles will win because Saquon Barkley.
It's not going to be snowy again.
Okay,
it's just going to be cold.
I feel like if it's cold,
But even it's warming up. It'll be in the 30s.
Okay, but still, they rely on Saquon Barkley to run the football so much, and their defense is amazing. I will say that, but and I think they do Jalen Hurts similar to what they do Jared Goff. He knows what he's supposed to do, and I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback, but we've seen it. We've seen him take big hits in these 2 playoff games, where he just came off concussion protocol, and, he's throwing for, sure, he's doing what he's supposed to. He's not turning the ball over, which is very big bonus to your team as quarterback. But when you have 2 all-pro receivers, you really, you think you'd be utilizing them a little bit more. Again, maybe it's an offensive thing. Maybe they don't trust Jalen Hurts completely with the ball. Maybe granted, it's small sample size since the defense was really basically beating the Packers themselves and the Rams, Saquon Barkley beat them, right? But I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts played bad. He just, not playing great. They're
being very cautious.
Yes, they're making him do what he's supposed to do. He's not gunslinging. He's not throwing the ball around with the intention of, this is 50-50 ball. I'm hoping my receiver can get this, or I'm going to place this perfectly. He's doing what he's supposed to. Yep. And that doesn't take any credit away from him. I think he's a good quarterback.
Who's your pick?
I think I'm going to go with the Washington Commanders.
That's fun.
Yeah. I think it'll be a high-scoring game. If it's in the mid-30s, I'm going to go with a high-scoring game. Saquon will have, his 200 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns, and,
Yeah. I think it's going to end up being a boring Super Bowl that no one wants. Eagles versus Chiefs.
Yeah, it's going to suck. And
everybody's going to be big deal, and congratulations, Chiefs fan, congratulations, Eagles fans, but the rest of the nation doesn't want that matchup. Want the opposite matchup.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be fine with Bills versus the Eagles. At least you have a different team in there. And if it ended up being Kansas City versus Commanders, everybody's a Commanders fan except for Kansas City.
Yeah.
because that'd be great to see too.
Yeah, like, for sure.
But I think the Eagles win it at home. I think they're gonna do some stuff that's gonna, the defense is gonna mess with Jaden Daniels a little bit.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Have a good games.
Championship weekend.
Weekend. It's supposed to be the best weekend, but we know the AFC Championship game was really last weekend.
Yeah.
And the NFC is at least fun because the 6th seed is in it.
Yeah.
6-2. So that's fun.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I think so.
All right. See you next time.
Peace.
Peace.